Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
This is too far for me. I realize being green is important, and I know we've got a lot of people out there because we, live by the ocean, and people are green and they want to recycle water, and I get all that. I totally do, especially since we live in an area that gets suffered with drought. But the University of Calgary in Canada has teamed up with a local brewery to produce beer from wastewater.
This is not the first instance of this taking place. And what they do is that it's the wastewater that's been treated.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
I think they're doing this in San Diego.
Take the turd pond and boil it. They treat it.
I think Stone was doing this down in San Diego, or is still doing this.
You better look that up, because...
What? You're saying that's slanderous?
Yeah, if you're wrong... Village Brewing is teamed up here, and they're taking treated wastewater. What does wastewater mean? Is that your gray water? If you've ever been in an RV, there's two tanks, or a trailer camping. There's the tank for your toilet and everything there, and that's called the black tank, or the black water. And then you have your gray water, which is your sink and your shower and anything that goes down a drain. Which to me is it's not that bad, But the black water, but when they say wastewater, I believe that all goes to one waste treatment facility, and all of that gray and black water goes to one place, and they treat it, meaning they probably boil the heck out of it or whatever they do with chemicals, and then they ship it off to this brewery, and they're making beer that I'm going to drink.
Yeah, this is old news. This is old news.
No,
because Stone's been doing this since 2017.
What are they?
Reclaimed water could be craft beer's newest trend.
Well, reclaimed water is different than wastewater.
No, it's the same thing.
Because reclaimed water means they reclaim the water from their facility, treat it, and reuse it. Because they use a lot of water when they make beer. They have to hose stuff down. All this stuff is collected and then retreated and then reused.
No. It says beer has been the forefront of convincing people that drinking recycled sewage water isn't something to turn your nose up at, unless you're trying to better appreciate the hoppy aroma.
I don't care. I don't want to do that.
Stone Brewery became one of the largest names to lend its support to using recycled wastewater.
The problem that I have right now
2017.
is I feel like I've already drank recycled wastewater at some point in my life, and I didn't even realize it. And that bothers me. I want to know. You need to let me. It should say right on the can. We got to put alcohol levels on the can. We got to put, hey, don't drink if you're pregnant, or alcohol could lead to a disease. How about the fact that this was made with sewage water that was treated? I think we all have a right to know what we're putting in our bodies. I don't care if they say it's clean. I just would like to know.
The senior manager of brewing at Stone Brewing back in 2017, Steve Gonzalez, said that after he checked out the analysis of the recycled wastewater, he realized it would actually be perfect for brewing versus the water that they were using. So it actually improved the Stone Brewing products. They even had fun with the nickname. Back in 2017, they called it Toilet to Tap.
Gross.
There you go. Toilet to Tap.
Are you running out to try the Toilet to Tap?
Can I get that Toilet to Tap IPA, please?
Wow.
Where do you keep your plunger?
And how did they do on sales with that? Gross. Here's some scientists from the University of Calgary.
The water, as I said, went through some different treatment technologies, nanofiltration, advanced oxidation, then through reverse osmosis.
Okay.
A natural golden ale, 4.5% alcohol, and it's golden bubbly craft beer. This was exciting for us just because of the sustainability piece. I mean, the beverage industry obviously uses a lot of water, so any way we can kind of reuse and give back is obviously exciting to us.
See?
Hippies.
They're using it all?
Dirty hippies.
They're reusing it.
The funny thing is, the dirty hippies are the ones that are making this water clean for us to make beer and drink.
What would you prefer? Like somebody
I want something clean from a well.
A lab background?
I want something clean from a well.
That the profile of the water actually lends to help in the brewing process, making for a better beer. Can't argue with that. There's science behind it.
No, it's subjective if it's better or not.
Keep
okay,
drinking Coors Light,
if I drink it. Yeah, what does Coors Light? What does Coors and Miller do?
Rocky Mountain water.
Coors and Miller is the same corporation now, right? Miller Coors.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably why those are my two favorite beers. Because the water comes from the Rocky Mountains. not from your toilet.
Toilet to tap.
Home with Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Hashtag more money than Trump.
You are fake news.
Yeah, some people have more money than him.
Kanye West denying allegations that he's being paid to run for president.
Bro, can't nobody pay me. I got more money than Trump. I'm not running for president. I'm walking.
Yeah, I would agree. Since nobody is talking about you as a viable option.
What happened to his voice here?
Bro, can't nobody pay me.
Sounds like a little falsetto there, huh? So, yeah, he's. I didn't hear the rumor. Have you heard the rumor that somebody is paying him to run for president? I've heard that he is out there trying to get votes away from Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's not working.
And they're also.
If that's the case, it's just not.
Why? Well, I think that the idea here is that, since he's African-American, he would get the African-American vote that would most likely be voting for Joe Biden. I mean, I think that's the thought.
I understand the strategy. I just don't feel as if people are talking about him as a viable option. I just don't see it at all. But, I mean, I understand the rationale behind the strategy, I guess, because, it was just a couple of years ago that he was shaking hands and hugging and kissing babies and hanging out with Donald Trump. So if Donald Trump wanted to sabotage Joe Biden's chance, if he thought it was legitimate, then he would push him out there and say, "Hey, I'll give you some money to run for president." But I just don't think I don't think anybody's considering Kanye West as a viable option for president of the United States. I'd love to see what his total is when it's all said and done.
Hashtag warning signs. Chadwick Boseman, who passed away over the weekend. I guess he died last Friday from colon cancer. He was only 43 years old.
Sad story.
A lot of people are talking about this, and now doctors are talking about the signs you need to watch out for getting colon cancer. And he says a lot of younger men are getting it because they're not getting tested until they're 50, because you don't go in for that colonoscopy now. They say till 50.
Right.
I'm going to turn 45 here in late November.
Well, Chadwick was 42, so
it was 43. It says.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry, 43. That's a good.
Even younger.
That's a good.
Have you had your colonoscopy yet at 45? Because I'm going to go get mine as soon as I turn 45.
I have not.
I'm going to get it all done. Check the tank. Do the colonoscopy. This is what you need to watch out for.
You can see blood in your stool, a change in the size or shape of the stool. You can develop abdominal pain, and sometimes people lose weight and don't know why.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't have any blood, but I haven't lost any weight.
Lost any weight?
But come on, we all get cramps, right? So we all, abdominal pain, cramps. I mean, that all happens to us sometimes. And I don't know about you.
You exhibit no signs.
I don't know about you, but the shape of mine changes all depending on what I eat.
Right, exactly. I mean, so I'm not going to put too much stock in that.
I mean, if I'm eating a lot of cheese, and holy cow, man, it hurts coming out. But if I'm eating a lot of Mexican food, it's different.
Results vary.
It's like soft serve.
Results vary.
I don't understand what that means. I don't know if that's very helpful, but all we can do is a public service to men and women. That if you're in your mid-40s, you can ask your doctor about getting that done to avoid end up with colon cancer, and then, he died from it. I always thought colon cancer was one of the more curable cancers. I don't think it's one of the, not like a pancreas is one of the worst cancers to get.
Yes, and it's a quick killer.
Prostate cancer is a pretty curable cancer.
Skin cancer. Seems like.
But people can die from it.
Yeah. No, one person dies daily from skin cancer.
Yeah.
I know that's a rabies type statistic from The Office, but that's 365 people a year, right? According to the commercials. Hashtag North County economic downturn. I don't know if you saw the press release yesterday.
This is news to me. An economic downturn in North County.
Yeah. God, this is bad. Cal Poly did a study And they found that the proposed blanket cuts in groundwater use for farming, outlined by San Luis Obispo County's current sustainability plan, would reduce Paso Robles' economy by $458 million annually and erase over 3,300 full-time jobs across all sectors.
Okay, hold on. Let me
All
understand
for the sake of saving water.
Just by cutting back water, it's going to cost the city because they're the ones that sell the water.
Yeah. Additionally,
and they're going to have to cut people's pay or jobs because of they can't afford to pay them.
This is according to a release from Solterra Strategies. It's a PR company. They said, additionally, the water cuts in the Paso Robles sub-basin could wipe out a quarter of Paso's wine industry. So how many wineries are up in Paso Robles right now? 400?
Oh, no. I mean, 3. Maybe 4. I don't know.
Somewhere between 300 and 400, right?
There's a lot.
Take a quarter of that away.
A lot of them are very small,
You're
too.
looking at about 100 wineries.
Yeah. But, I mean, a lot of them are very small. They're mom-and-pop type deals. They're people retired from being a doctor or whatever they were doing and opened a winery, and they don't have a lot of wine to sell every year, but it's something they do.
The blanket cuts could also squeeze out other non-grape crops, severely impact, olives? Is that what you're looking at? Nuts, maybe?
Well, olives and nuts are big up there, yeah.
Severely impacting Paso's diverse agriculture economy and jeopardize the viability of smaller family farms. Those are the ones you speak of.
Thank you. I'm glad you bring this up. Can we talk about my desalination plan idea again? I don't understand.
Got all the infrastructure right there.
The glaciers are melting, folks! The oceans are rising! They're eroding beaches!
Take that water.
What do we do with all this water? You get a desalination plant, you solve the problem. Make my beer with treated, desalinated ocean water. I'm much better than my recycled poo water. Come on, folks.
Is it? I don't know.
I don't understand. We have the technology. We have the money. We can figure this out.
It's right there getting ready to shut down.
If you use Lake Lopez, Nacimiento, San Antonio, for God's sakes, how annoyed are you then the lakes are always down? I haven't seen Lopez at over 90% in over a decade. You could easily have a desalination plant at Diablo that they're going to stop using in, 5 years? And they had a plan to pipe it up, desalinated water, stored in Lopez, and then, I'm not even talking about Paso right now, but I'm saying they had a plan. It was going to cost a few $1 million to make
jobs.
this thing all together. Yeah.
Add jobs for the infrastructure of the desalination.
I don't get it. I mean, what are we worried about? A gopher? We might take out a gopher population.
Yes, people do worry about things like that, Jeremy. I'm not one of them, but people do worry about things like that.
It just doesn't make sense. We can be so sustainable, and eventually we will have to be. But it's like, why are we fighting this now? We have the means. It's just going to sit there. They're probably going to. I don't know what they're going to do with it.
The county's
There's 80 million gallons a day if they wanted to.
Just water.
80 million gallons a day. I remember reading this, and I couldn't believe that number. They only use 30 of it to cool the actual. Nuclear.
You could turn this. We could grow a damn rainforest here if we wanted to with the water.
Dump the rest in the ocean.
The county's sustainability roadmap, called the Paso Robles Sub-Basin Groundwater Sustainability Plan, proposes these sweeping cuts for irrigated agricultural use beginning as early as 2020, this year.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. You got Well Rock, you got Nacimiento, you got San Antonio, you got huge reservoirs, let alone all the wineries that have reservoirs, let alone the fact that you could dig a reservoir. I mean, you could make this work.
And you could
pipe it in. Hell, pipe it. Look at the valley. Sell the water to them.
Yeah.
They're in dire need of it.
But I mean, look what made this state
right here. And it's only going up. It's not going down.
But look what made this state great. In the 60s and 70s, it was an aqueduct that made that valley, which gets very little rain, and I'm pointing to the east, gets very little rain over the course of the year, made it a viable agriculture region, the most viable agriculture region in the United States.
Please, somebody that has it all figured out, that's smarter than I am, and I know a lot of you listening are, explain to me how this is a bad idea.
Too busy buying masks from the Chinese and reselling them to
Please,
the California.
seriously, you can text it in. You don't have to give me the whole spiel. Give me 5 bullet points. Just 4 bullet points on why what I just said was a terrible idea. 805-543-3693.
Because it doesn't keep politicians gainfully employed, Jeremy.
It's time to play Know the Show.
All right, we got $25 to go to the Broad Street Public House. They got a brand new patio. They just finished it so they could reopen in the new normal. Hashtag Rona. Yeah, so it's safe, man. It's clean. They've got more parking than ever. They're on Broad Street at 3590 Broad next to Cool Dodge here in San Luis Obispo. Get on in there Wednesday through Sunday. We're going to give you $25 to go have a drink and some lunch on us.
I think I've heard you say before that you love Stone Brewing's beer. Why have I flipped Jeremy on Stone Brewing's beer this morning?
I used to love Stone Brewing's beer. I haven't had it in a while. And I never had the one you spoke of.
Have you had it in 3 years? That's the question.
We got Jason up first this morning. Good morning, Jason.
Morning.
All right, Jason, this is for $25 at the Broad Street Public House. If you could tell us why Jeremy is no longer going to enjoy Stone Brewing's beer.
Because they use reclaimed water.
They use
the brewing.
No, not reclaimed. I'm going to give you another shot at it.
Recycled.
No, it's not the word.
There's a term that you're missing from that's commonly associated with it.
You don't have to get the word right, but you have to get the message right.
I mean, I think he's
I'm at a loss.
I think he's getting it right.
No, he's not.
He's just not knowing.
No, because I said I would be fine with that. Sorry, Justin. 805-543-3693.
Stickler. You're a stickler.
No, because I said I'm fine with reclaimed water. I'm not fine with this, Colin.
You guys are sticklers, man.
Because, I mean, technically reclaimed water is this, but I know what you're looking for.
I said I would be fine with reclaimed waters. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, it's black water.
Yes, okay, I'll take black water. That works, because that's poop water.
Wastewater.
That's Doobie Brothers water.
Black water, yeah.
Oh, black water? Yeah, there you go. All right.
Just like the Doobie Brothers.
Yep. And it's
Black water?
The name of it is Full Circle Pale Ale. That's the one you want to stay away from, because it's full circle.
I was trying to think of what those trucks say when they drive me. I guess it's non-potable or whatever.
Non-potable water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay if reclaimed water is one
But that
thing,
just means
because
you can't
reclaimed
drink.
water means they reclaim it from the brewery. But when they actually you take sewage water, waste treatment water, and they're
Well, that's where you're wrong, Jeremy.
But the
Because
thing is,
if you knew the finer points of water sanitization,
well, I don't give a crap if I'm right or wrong. It's I don't want to drink it. That's my point.
You've never had crappy beer? Come on. And it's brown to begin with?
I'm just saying,
got stuff
that's my
floating
point. I said to Jeff earlier, I said, I probably have drank this water in other things that I didn't even know.
You pick up that beer in the
But
dark
at least I didn't know.
that everybody threw their cigarettes into and didn't realize?
Oh, never done that. That's gross.
That's probably how dark beer was invented.
Chew spit or that. Oh, that's the worst.
Show of hands, who has toured a wastewater treatment facility? So have I. How about you, Colin?
Yeah, I've been out to the one in Los Osos. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
good.
know when they test the water that comes into the wastewater treatment facility and the water that goes out of it after it's been treated, it is much cleaner.
Yeah, I know. And you try to sell somebody, but just the idea of where it's been.
But the water.
Oh, are you trying to say like the tap water that they have at the wastewater treatment versus the water after they've treated it and goes back out?
So in college, there was a creek that ran through our town.
That's why everybody runs around with a water bottle.
Latah Creek or something like that? Was it what it was called? What was the creek that ran through town? Palouse Creek?
Palouse River. It was the Palouse River,
pollution?
actually. It was the size of a large creek. But
yeah.
Palouse River.
So that's what fed the wastewater treatment plant at Washington State University, and or actually for the town, not for the university. And you could actually they would test the water as it was coming in from the creek, and then the water that had sewage fed to the wastewater and then dumped back out into the creek, and the actual river was much cleaner right after the wastewater treatment plant than it was before.
Had treated the water.
Yeah, because of all the fertilizer runoff and all the other crap that had gone into the
big farming area, so they have a lot of that fertilizer that runs off into the creeks. And
so you might be better off with the wastewater. I mean, it's probably some of the purest
you can't
water
get it
in
out
the
of your
world.
head. Yep.
Yeah, I know.
It's just
I don't think it's a good marketing plan for Stone to say, we take your crap water and we boil it and
Not
clean
even
it,
crap
and
water.
then we make beer with it, and then you drink it.
You should see some of the things that their little filter system catches in the process.
We've had people call in when we were talking about those wet wipes that you wipe the toilet with, or you wipe your bum with, like a diaper wipe. You're not supposed to flush those, even if they say they're flushable. And we've had guys call in here that work at the local facilities, and they're like, they have to go in there with rakes and watch dirty jobs. He's done this, Mike Rowe. You have to go in and you have to clean all that stuff out of these grates. Yeah. And then what do you do with it?
The wastewater treatment guys were big on spreading the message to us as a bunch of college students not to flush a certain thing that a lot of people end up flushing, and it would cob up their system.
Yeah. Don't flush anything but what comes out of your body.
I've never seen so many spent condoms in a filtration.
College towns, huh?
So not only are you drinking poo, you're drinking other things, Jeremy.
Hey, Colin, you work for Caltrans, right?
Some of the cleanest water in the world.
Yeah, last time I checked, I did. Yeah, what's up?
I mean, I would imagine your guys, when they go out on the roads and they work the roads, they must find some weird stuff from time to time.
Oh yeah. We have our Adopt a Highway volunteers too. They're finding, and they find money, liquor bottles, all sorts of stuff. The most common thing is cigarette butts, believe it or not. But it's
didn't somebody find a foot recently?
That was over on that was not a Caltrans job. That's out of their jurisdiction.
Oh.
Yeah, that was CHP on one of the local roads up there. Yeah, up in Templeton area.
Somebody found a foot. Yeah, apparently it was from an accident. But
that happened in their jurisdiction.
Well, we get $25 for you to go to the Broad Street Public House. Okay.
It was just a foot outside their jurisdiction. They couldn't touch it.
Please let us know how this grilled cheese is. I'm too lazy to go over there myself.
Well, it doesn't jive with your schedule.
That's the problem, Matt.
On a Saturday or Sunday it would, but you're not in town.
I don't come to town on the weekends. Get out of here, man.
Well, what is the schedule you speak of?
Well, they don't open until, what time do they open on Wednesday?
4.
Yeah, I'm at home.
Oh.
I'm at home, man. Mm-hmm. I'm at home.
Wasn't that when usually happy hour starts? Do they even have happy hours anymore?
Yeah, they do.
They were always a big thing.
It's not
when I'm
happy,
home, I'm
though.
home. I don't leave.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
with it.
Showing up hour in a pandemic. It's not a happy hour.
All right, congratulations to all our winners. I don't have the names in front of me, but we gave away 3 more Metallica album downloads today. We're going to do 3 more tomorrow. And here's the thing. Don't be a Vanessa. You know, there's a Karen everywhere. Don't be a Vanessa. Vanessa had this thing. All she had to do was try. Oh, I can't do it.
And that's why I was telling people, you don't have to sound like him or something.
Just give it your best shot.
Into it.
Yeah, just whatever.
Throw it out there.
I mean, Johnny sounded like Axl.
This is the ultimate participation trophy, okay?
Yeah,
now you guys, they're coming up.
We're going to give you.
Are they using their own cliche, or are you feeding them?
Sometimes we're
Or does
feeding
it matter?
them.
I mean,
most of the time I'm feeding them, but yeah, you can.
I knew. She sent us a list, and so I
got a list over here, a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I got to make sure I don't lose that. All right, Seth, what do you got going on today?
I don't know. It depends what you say, I guess. As to what I'm going to play or stuff like that, right?
Yesterday,
I'm just looking at the list.
Seth was complaining that you were pigeonholing him by saying he was going to play certain songs that he might not have time to play. So he's waiting for you to pigeonhole him again.
I'm not going to say anything then. Seth's going to play some classic rock.
Well, then now you're front selling. That's part of your DJ language, right? And how often do you do that during your 4-hour show?
Oh, I do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Don't I, Jeff? I'll say music coming up sometimes, don't I? Yeah.
Well, that keeps it generic. Music coming up.
Well, no, I'll say the songs.
Oh, well, that's good.
I said pretty much.
Okay, Stairway to Heaven is loaded. Are you going to play it?
I don't know. What time is it? That's
probably not
8-minute song.
That one's probably not going to get.
It's scheduled to play right at 10 o'clock.
Probably not going to get to play today.
Well, that's
Quiet
after the
Riot
top
is
of the hour.
scheduled to play after that.
That's after the top of the hour.
Yeah.
It's just the end of the hour. You know, if we talk till 10, then it's kind of hard to play.
So I won't mention anything before 10 o'clock. So Seth's going to play. Are you going to play Stairway to Heaven?
Nope.
I don't know. Well, see, you've already said it. Now I can't not play.
Well, hey, you're the one that goaded me into this.
Well, I can't not play it now because, again, whether you like the song or not, it's their favorite song. Somebody probably hates it. So
we have a gal here that works in the front office. or did work in the front office. And she's retired now, but she told me this is why women F rock stars. Stairway to Heaven? Stairway to Heaven. That's what she said.
Really?
So I guess stick around
that's all
to
the
find
time
out
it takes, about 7 minutes, right?
You analyze what it takes.
That's the whole thing. You can run the whole...
Ever wonder what it's like to work with Jeff and Jeremy?
Why are you so cranky?
It's early. Let's be real with people.
Let's be real.
Work with them at home on demand by subscribing to Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning, wherever you get your podcasts. All the benefits of working with them, with none of the smell. Oh, somebody light a match. Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning on 93.3 KZOZ.